Hey Redeemer family, good morning. My name is Seth Millican, and along with my wife Kara and 3 kids, we've been attending Redeemer for about 7 years now. And a couple of years ago, had the opportunity to get involved with a group of our church family here as we were thinking through the gospel and the implications that the gospel has for our community, both here in our church, but also in Marietta broadly, and think about what the gospel actually means as we love on people both in our church and outside our church. And as we talk through some of those issues, we realized one of the biggest ways that we can show Jesus' love to other people is to seek out and meet practical needs in their lives. And that's for parishioners here in our church, and also reacting to needs that we've been made aware of in our community. And so the Redeemer Community Care Ministry was born out of that effort. And I think as of today, along with Davis Lee and Zach and Al and some others and Jill, we've got a list of about 40 different volunteers at our church that have signed up to do everything from financial counseling to handiwork around people's houses, to drive elderly parishioners to doctor's appointments. And we've really seen some great relationships and some great ministry opportunities grow out of that. And so as a part of that effort, we, about 6 months ago, began to really prayerfully consider looking for partnerships with other ministries or other nonprofits in our community that we could partner with and find opportunities to minister to people and really show them the love of Jesus by trying to meet practical needs in their lives. And so glad to be this morning with Jan Gay, who's been coming to our church for a while now. And Jan is involved with a ministry here in Cobb County that we presented to the elders for a partnership opportunity a couple of months ago, and excited to talk to you all about that today and what some of those opportunities are. So Jan, glad to be with you. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been here at Redeemer, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about the table on Delk.
All right. So I've been coming to Redeemer about 3 years. Love the feel of the church and the people, and I'm happy to be here. So.
That's awesome. So tell us about the table on Delk. We met with them last fall. Davis Lee was a part of that, and Greg Tabb was a part of that conversation as well. So tell us about the table and kind of what they do in our community, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about volunteer and service opportunities for folks in our church that want to get plugged in.
Sure. So the Table on Delk is a local nonprofit, and we serve the women, children living in the hotels along the Delk Road corridor, right there east of I-75. The mission of the Table on Delk is to do away with human trafficking, sex trafficking along the Delk Road corridor there. And we do that by serving the women and children living in those motels. We go out weekly and invite them back to the table. We go around and approach people out in the open, offer them a free gift of some sort, bubbles for the kids, and then we offer to pray with them, and then we invite them back to the Table on Delk for a free meal. We are not there to beat them over the head. We're not there to do anything but love on them and show them love, God's love. So through that beginning of the ministry, we've expanded over these past 3 years significantly. We have lunch for the ladies 3 days a week. And we have boys' Bible study, girls' Bible study, women's Bible study, and now with COVID, we have had some expanded opportunities for ministry there along Delk Road. We do laundry with the ladies. We do sack lunches. That is one of our big needs these days. We realized when the children got out of school, when they were not attending school, that they weren't getting those lunches. And even with the programs the county has in place, we still see a need. So that's one of our big things right now, is providing sack lunches. So we also have Celebrate Recovery there at the table. things
I
like
think
that.
that's actually the only non-church-based Celebrate Recovery chapter in Georgia, I think,
It
if I
is,
remember
it
correctly.
is. And that is, it is supported by Stonebridge Church, but it is actually there at the table. And it provides an amazing opportunity for the people living there along Delk Road to be able to go to a recovery program because most of them don't have transportation. So
That's great. You know, it's interesting with Georgia being home to the world's busiest airport, you know, from a geographic and logistical perspective, that really kind of puts us at the hub of this horrible plague that is the human trafficking industry, really is what it is. And I, you know, as I think about the gospel mandate that we see in Isaiah 1:17, we're instructed to look after the poor and the fatherless and the widow. I mean, I think this is just a perfect example of that instruction that we're given. One of the things that stuck out to me as we met with the table and talked about the needs and the opportunities there, and something that I have found to be a little bit unique is the fact that there's something there for everybody to do, whether it's on site or something that you do remotely and resource you bring to the ministry. There's something there for men, women, children, preschoolers, students. And I think that's a really unique fit for our church because we do have so many families and young families here. Maybe talk to us a little bit about what those volunteer opportunities are, and then we can talk a little bit about how to get more plugged in.
yeah. So one of our biggest needs, of course, is volunteers. We've been blessed in many other ways, but the in-person opportunities to volunteer in person, which right now during COVID, or a lot of people are not able to do that. But we do have 3 times a week where we have lunch for the ladies. People who are interested in serving in that capacity would come to the table. You sign up on our website, you could come to the table and spend about 5 or 6 hours there at the table. We do a little training, and then we have a group that goes out to the hotels and a group that stays there to serve the ladies lunch. We do everything on real plates, real silverware, real china. We have tablecloths and placemats with encouraging words on them.
Not
and
disposable.
Fresh,
right?
yes,
Not
non-disposable, and
yeah.
fresh roses on the table. Our guests get the choice of what they want to eat. We have a varied menu because it's all about giving them choices. They have so few opportunities to have choices. Having said that, giving 3 choices for people to come in, drop in, and eat anywhere from 11:30 to 2:30 requires a lot of food. Everything we do at the table has food involved. So we have what we call Food Friends. They provide a home-cooked meal for anywhere from 12 to 15 people. They deliver it that morning. They don't stay if they have not signed up to stay. Sure. And a lot of times we have individuals do that, or families get together with their kids and do that. In addition to that, we have all of the Bible studies include a meal, and we do sweet treats. We like for our guests to have a home-cooked dessert, so that's another opportunity for people. The placemats that we talked about are all hand-decorated. Some of our volunteers are artists, and they're literally works of art on that placemat. Others are like me, and they're dots and circles and a Bible verse. And so we go through 100 of those each week. So there's always a big need for that. We also have the sack lunches that I was referring to, and we call that Psalm 34:8, taste and see that the Lord is good. And so for that, we go up to the local gas station to get those bags out. Our volunteers deliver those just before we do that on each afternoon, Monday through Friday, around 2 o'clock. We ask for those to be delivered. The bags are all decorated with drawings and encouraging words, and then they're filled with regular sack lunch type items. Let's see, what else do we have? The laundry ministry started after COVID. So every other week, 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have a couple of hours each of those days where our guests come down. We meet them at the laundromat. They actually do their own laundry, but we provide coins for the machines, all of the detergent and softener, all that. And we sit with them. They can stay there and with their laundry if they choose, but they come down to the table and we sit with them and talk and just develop a relationship with those ladies.
Build a relationship with them.
So,
I think y'all have folks that volunteer to clean after hours as well. Is that right?
We do. With all of these ministries going on, we have ministry 6 days a week, and our space is tiny, but it is well used, and so it gets pretty dirty. And so non-ministry hours, we do offer or love when people volunteer to come in and clean our space. So.
That's awesome. Guys, this is a great opportunity. I'm really excited about the possibilities for our church. For those of y'all that are interested in participating and ministering to these folks, obviously, as Jan mentioned, you can sign up on the Table's website, and we'll be periodically, as kind of an official partnership with our church, we'll be continually providing that information. If y'all want to sign up and participate, you can obviously communicate with myself or Davis Lee or the staff here at the church if you're interested in signing up, and we'll be happy to get you plugged into that. So we present that to the church as an opportunity, and we're really excited about that. Jan, maybe as we close, one of the things that also struck me as we talked to the staff over there at the table was the relationships that have developed out of that ministry, and even women that are not, or families that are not geographically located there anymore. Maybe they've gone into some sort of rehab or treatment, or maybe even they're incarcerated or something like that. Y'all are still communicating with them.
We are.
That relationship building opportunity is so critical, I think, to being able to show Christ's love and eventually be able to share the gospel with them. So maybe talk a little bit about that as we close.
Yeah. We during the time that I've been there, about 3 years, we have probably over 30 women or so who have successfully gotten off of Delk Road. Some of them are thriving with, we have a lady who came to us, she was in a domestic violence situation in another state. We met her at one of the hotels. She had not been there long. She had 2 little girls, and she took advantage of every opportunity there was to come hang out at the table with us. And she became a bus driver for a local school system. She recently married and is living in her home with her husband and their 3 kids. And so that's just one example. We have several women right now who are in recovery programs, and we support them through prayer, through written encouragement.
I was going to say the letters. I remember the letters. That's so key.
And we do write both to the women in programs, women who have been incarcerated, and to some of our women who are living in a permanent address but still struggling, just to keep them encouraged. So.
Absolutely. Well, guys, this is a great opportunity, I think, for our church. I'm really excited about it, and just hope that everybody will prayerfully consider what the Lord's leading us to do as a church, involvement with the table, and for your families as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.